Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of Hello Word. My name is Alex and I am so happy you are joining me today for a new and engaging conversation about the English words that describe places we frequently visit in our daily lives. Today we will explore a group of nouns that all relate to shopping and purchasing goods. Each of these words can be extremely useful if you are learning English, traveling, or simply curious about how to talk about everyday locations where people buy different items. In this episode, we will cover words that appear in specific contexts or signs you might see when walking around a city, especially when looking for food, household supplies, or other daily essentials. As always, our goal is to learn not just the definitions of these words, but also to gain some real insight into how each one is used in daily conversations. By understanding their nuances, you will be more comfortable using them when speaking to others, reading signs, or even exploring new parts of town. Before we start exploring each word, I would like to remind you that learning a new language involves more than just memorizing definitions. It is also about understanding how to weave these words into sentences and using them in the most natural way possible. You might be amazed by how often these words come up when you are out and about. Whether you are running errands, helping a friend find a certain shop, or simply talking about your weekend plans, these nouns are a key part of daily English interactions. I cannot wait to share them with you, so let us begin. Market is a noun that typically refers to a place where goods, especially food or other items, are bought and sold. Markets can be indoors or outdoors, depending on the local culture and climate. In many cities, you might find markets that specialize in fresh fruits, vegetables, and meats, often known for being vibrant, busy, and full of interesting aromas. The word market can also be used to describe the general concept of buying and selling, as in business markets or financial markets, but in everyday conversation, it often refers to a physical location. A common use of market in daily conversations is when people say things like, "I am heading to the market to pick up some fresh produce." Another example is if you want the best local ingredients, you should visit the farmer's market in the city center. In both cases, market conveys the idea of a place where you can find items for sale, often directly from sellers or small businesses. Here are a few sample sentences with market used in context. I love going to the local market early in the morning to get the freshest vegetables. When I visited Rome, I found the most charming outdoor market near my hotel. If you are looking for exotic spices, the weekend market is your best bet. By using market in these ways, you can let people know you are referring to a location where goods are traded. Market stall is a noun phrase that describes a small stand or booth within a larger market where individual vendors display and sell their goods. These stalls are often found under one big roof or scattered along a street in an open-air market. Each stall typically specializes in certain types of products, such as fresh fruit, handmade crafts, or specialty foods. When you imagine a bustling marketplace full of vibrant colors and inviting scents, you are likely picturing rows of market stalls, each run by a friendly vendor. In everyday conversations, you can hear people say something like, "I picked up some homemade candles at a little market stall this weekend," or "I prefer buying from a market stall because I can chat with the vendor about where the produce comes from." The term stall implies a smaller subset of a larger market, giving the sense of a personal and often more intimate shopping experience. Here are some sample sentences to illustrate how this noun phrase fits into casual speech. My grandmother set up a small market stall selling fresh flowers from her garden. The market stall selling aromatic spices was always crowded. I love sampling the tasty food at each market stall when I visit the city fair. Keep these examples in mind next time you wander through a busy marketplace. Shop window is a noun phrase referring to the large glass front of a store, designed to showcase products or special offers to people passing by. Sometimes known simply as a window display, it is a crucial aspect of attracting customers. Shops often decorate their windows with eye-catching arrangements or advertisements, especially during festive seasons like Christmas or during major sales. In day-to-day conversations, you might hear people say, "Did you see the new outfits they put in the shop window?" Or "That bakery always has the most beautiful cakes in their shop window." The concept highlights how shops entice passers-by, making them curious enough to step inside. When you are learning English, recognizing the phrase shop window allows you to talk about the visual merchandising you notice while strolling through shopping districts or malls. Here are some sample sentences. The shoe store caught my eye because of the colorful sneakers in the shop window. During the holidays, every shop window in town is decorated with lights and gift ideas. I like to browse the shop window before deciding if I want to go inside. This phrase can enrich your vocabulary when discussing shopping adventures with friends or family. Pet shop is a noun phrase that describes a store where you can purchase pets, pet food, and pet-related accessories such as toys, bedding, or grooming supplies. These shops can vary in size, with some specializing in certain animals, like fish or reptiles, and others offering a variety of furry, feathered, or scaly companions. Pet shops are often visited by families looking to adopt a new member or by pet owners who need quality supplies. You might use this term in a sentence like, "I need to go to the pet shop for some dog food," or "The local pet shop has the cutest kittens." The phrase pet shop is straightforward and is easily recognized by English speakers as the place to go when your dog or cat needs something special. Here are some examples of pet shop in everyday context. My friend adopted her hamster from a pet shop downtown. We bought a new collar for our puppy at the pet shop near the park. I love visiting the pet shop just to see all the adorable animals. Use pet shop when you want to clearly indicate the type of store that caters specifically to animals and their needs. Greengrocers is a noun that refers to a shop specializing in fresh fruits and vegetables. In many English-speaking countries, you might see or hear the term greengrocer used for the person who runs such a shop, and greengrocers indicates the establishment itself. These shops often have colorful displays of seasonal produce arranged in baskets or crates, and they can be found in both urban neighborhoods and more rural areas. People might say, "I always visit the local greengrocers for my weekly vegetables," or "The greengrocers around the corner has the sweetest strawberries." Using greengrocers in everyday conversation conveys not just the type of product sold, but also a sense of tradition and local sourcing. Examples of this word in a sentence include, "I stopped by the greengrocers to pick up fresh tomatoes for tonight's salad." The Greengrocers on Main Street is known for organic apples. My grandmother prefers the greengrocers because she trusts their quality and selection. Greengrocers emphasizes fresh, produce-oriented shopping and can be a great addition to your vocabulary if you love discussing food and cooking. Butchers is a noun referring to a shop where meat is prepared and sold. A person who works in such a shop is called a butcher, and the establishment itself is commonly called a butcher's. If you eat meat, you might visit the butcher's to get fresh cuts of beef, pork, lamb, or poultry, and you can often request specific preparations or ask for cooking advice. In daily English usage, you may hear, "I am going to the butcher's this afternoon to pick up steaks," or "The butcher's down the street sells delicious homemade sausages." As with greengrocers, the apostrophe S indicates the store owned or run by a butcher, making it sound like a personal and specialized service. Let us check some sample sentences. My mom always trusts the butchers for the best quality chicken. You can find special cuts of meat only at the butcher's. If you want tips on how to cook a roast, ask the butchers for recommendations. Using butchers in your conversation shows that you appreciate knowing exactly where your meat comes from and that you enjoy the fresh aspect of the shopping experience. Bakery is a noun that represents a store where baked goods such as bread, pastries, and cakes are prepared and sold. In many communities, bakeries are cherished for their warm, fragrant atmosphere and delectable treats. from fresh croissants to specialty loaves of bread. The word bakery can also refer to the place in a supermarket where fresh bread and pastries are made, but it often implies a stand-alone shop devoted to baking. You might hear someone say, "I cannot resist the smell of fresh bread from the bakery," or "I will stop by the bakery and pick up some donuts." This word is useful whenever you want to talk about the place to go for sweet and savory baked delights. To see how bakery appears in sentences, consider these examples. We usually buy our birthday cakes from the bakery in town. The bakery on 4th Avenue opens at 6 in the morning and sells out quickly. There is nothing better than sipping coffee while enjoying a pastry from your favorite bakery. If you have a sweet tooth or love the aroma of freshly baked bread, bakery is a term you will want to remember and use. Cake shop is a noun phrase that describes a store specializing in various types of cakes and often other sweet treats like cupcakes, tarts, or pastries. While bakeries may offer a variety of baked goods, a cake shop focuses more on decorated cakes for special occasions or indulgent desserts for day-to-day enjoyment. In everyday conversations, people might say, "I ordered my wedding cake from a local cake shop," or "the cake shop across the street has the most amazing chocolate fudge cake." Although you can buy cakes at most bakeries, a dedicated cake shop is more specialized and often offers custom designs for birthdays, weddings, and other celebrations. Here are some sample sentences. I stopped by the cake shop to pick up a slice of carrot cake for dessert. The new cake shop downtown is famous for its red velvet cupcakes. My cousin works at a cake shop, creating sugar flowers and elaborate frosting designs. Whether you are planning a party or simply craving something sweet, cake shop is a delightful term to keep in your English vocabulary. Supermarket is a noun that refers to a large self-service store where groceries and household goods are sold. Supermarkets typically have multiple aisles stocked with packaged foods, produce, meats, dairy products, toiletries, and sometimes even clothing or electronics, depending on the size. This term is one of the most commonly used words in English when discussing everyday grocery shopping. You will often hear phrases like, "I need to stop by the supermarket on my way home," or "the supermarket was very crowded today." Many people rely on supermarkets for their weekly shopping trip because they can find all essentials under one roof. Some examples of how to use supermarket in a sentence include, "I prefer going to the supermarket early in the morning to avoid lines." She filled her cart at the supermarket with fruits, snacks, and cleaning supplies. The new supermarket in town offers a wide range of international products. Remembering the word supermarket is vital for anyone wanting to talk about where they get the bulk of their groceries in an English-speaking context. Fishmonger is a noun that describes both the person who sells fish and the shop where fish and seafood are sold. It is similar to the term butcher, but specifically for fish. If you want fresh fish, shrimp, or crab, the fishmonger is the place you go. In many seaside towns or places with strong fishing traditions, fishmongers are highly valued for their expertise and freshness. In ordinary conversation, you might encounter statements like, "I bought fresh salmon from the fishmonger," or "the fishmonger gave me a great recipe for pan-seared scallops." This word may seem a bit old-fashioned in some regions, but it is still in regular use and conveys a sense of tradition. Here are a few sample sentences. The local fishmonger opens at 5 in the morning to get the day's catch. I trust my neighborhood fishmonger for the best shrimp. A good fishmonger will clean and fillet the fish for you. Using fishmonger can enrich your English vocabulary and demonstrate your awareness of specialized food-related terms. Wine merchants is a noun phrase referring to a specialized shop that sells wine. Similar to the terms greengrocers and butchers, the apostrophe s indicates that the shop is associated with a merchant who is knowledgeable about different types of wine, such as red, white, sparkling, or rose. If you are looking for a particular vintage or seeking advice on pairing wine with a meal, a wine merchant's is the place to go. In daily conversations, you might hear someone say you can find an excellent selection of Bordeaux at the wine merchants in town, or I visited the wine merchants to pick out a nice bottle for a dinner party. This term reveals that you are not just talking about a general liquor store, but a specialized shop with a focus on wine. Here are some sample sentences showing how wine merchants can be used. The wine merchants on Oak Street offers free tastings on weekends. If you want high-quality wine, I suggest going to the wine merchants instead of the supermarket. I enjoy visiting the wine merchants because the staff can recommend unusual or rare wines. If you enjoy learning about wine or need a specific bottle for a special occasion, this word will be a useful addition to your English vocabulary. Florist is a noun that indicates a shop where flowers and ornamental plants are sold. The person who operates or works at this shop is often referred to as a florist, and many English speakers shorten the phrase to simply florist for the person, while florist stands for the establishment. Florist shops can offer a variety of fresh bouquets, single stems, and even small gift items that complement floral arrangements. You might hear someone say, I am on my way to the florist to pick up a bouquet for my anniversary, or I bought a beautiful arrangement at the florist's for my mother's birthday. The use of florist highlights that you are referring to the shop. Check out these examples. The florist around the corner has an incredible selection of roses. We ordered centerpieces for the event from the local florists. The florist is the best place to go when you need a last-minute gift for someone special. Florist is a handy word that conveys a specific place specializing in flowers, which is perfect for times when you need that personal and fragrant touch. Grocery shop is a noun phrase describing a store that sells food items and household essentials. This term is sometimes used interchangeably with supermarket, but a grocery shop can be smaller and more focused on everyday necessities like milk, bread, and toiletries. Grocery shop can also be part of a longer phrase, such as corner grocery shop, which emphasizes a smaller, often local store. People frequently say, I am doing my grocery shop run on Sunday, or I will stop by the grocery shop to buy some snacks. A grocery shop is where you can find basic foods and supplies you need for daily living. Some sample sentences could be, my neighborhood grocery shop is open until midnight. I went to the grocery shop to pick up eggs, cheese, and cereal. Sometimes I prefer a small grocery shop rather than a large supermarket because it is easier to find what I need. By using grocery shop, you convey a simple, essential store format that focuses on daily items. Organic grocery shop is a noun phrase referring to a store that specializes in selling organic products, such as fruits, vegetables, meats, and other goods that are grown or produced without the use of most synthetic pesticides or fertilizers. This phrase highlights the emphasis on health, environmental consciousness, and natural products. In everyday conversation, people might say, I prefer to shop at the organic grocery shop for my produce, or the organic grocery shop in our area has a fantastic selection of locally sourced foods. Using the word organic before grocery shop distinguishes it from a standard grocery store, letting others know about the focus on eco-friendly or healthier options. Here are some sample sentences showing how to use organic grocery shop. I visited the organic grocery shop to buy freshly harvested vegetables. The organic grocery shop always has seasonal fruit that tastes amazing. We like supporting our local organic grocery shop because of its commitment to sustainable farming. Understanding this term can be helpful if you are health conscious or want to discuss topics related to organic living in English. Stationery shop is a noun phrase that refers to a store selling writing materials, office supplies, and paper products. Stationery can include notebooks, planners, greeting cards, envelopes, pens, pencils, and artistic supplies. Such shops are often a delight for people who love paper crafts, journaling, or simply want quality pens for their desk. In conversation, You might hear something like, I want to get a new planner, so I will pop into the stationery shop, or the stationery shop near my school has a great selection of handmade greeting cards. The word stationery is spelled with an E in the middle, different from stationary, which means not moving. So this is something to note when learning the term. Here are some examples. We spend an hour in the stationery shop choosing the perfect birthday card. I love browsing the stationery shop for cute pen sets and decorative stickers. The stationery shop also carries art supplies for drawing and painting. If you enjoy writing letters or keeping a journal, stationery shop should be in your vocabulary as the place to find all your creative and office needs. Corner shop is a noun phrase describing a small local store, often situated on a street corner, that sells everyday necessities like snacks, drinks, newspapers, and sometimes basic household items. Corner shops are popular for their convenience, as they stay open late and can be found in residential neighborhoods, providing quick access for those last-minute items. In everyday speech, you might hear, let us grab some milk at the corner shop, or the corner shop near my house is open until 11 p.m. Although corner shops are typically smaller than grocery shops or supermarkets, they play a big role in daily routines, especially for people who need to pick up a few things without traveling far. Some sample sentences using corner shop are, the corner shop has saved me many times when I realized I was out of bread. I love the friendly atmosphere at my local corner shop. My dad used to send me to the corner shop for candy when I was a kid. Corner shop conveys both the physical size and community aspect of a neighborhood store that is close by. Thank you for joining me in this thorough exploration of different shopping-related nouns in English. We have looked at 16 words: market, market stall, shop window, pet shop, greengrocers, butchers, bakery, cake shop, supermarket, fishmonger, wine merchants, florists, grocery shop, organic grocery shop, stationery shop, and corner shop. Each of these nouns represents a unique place, and knowing them helps you navigate daily life in an English-speaking environment. If you are ever traveling, living abroad, or simply improving your English skills at home, these terms will come in handy when you need to describe or find a variety of goods. I appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to listen to this entire episode. Together, we are making steady progress on our English learning journey. Whether you are a beginner, an intermediate learner, or someone brushing up on advanced skills, every step counts. Remember to practice using these new words in conversations, write them down in sentences, and keep an eye out for them in your surroundings. This method of active engagement will help solidify your vocabulary and improve your fluency over time. I hope you found these explanations and examples clear, engaging, and useful. My goal with Hello Word is always to provide you with the most accessible insights and practical tips to strengthen your English language journey. If you enjoyed this episode, or if you have questions about other English words and phrases, I would love to hear from you. You can reach out anytime to share your feedback, suggestions for future topics, or experiences you have had using these words in real life. Before we end our session, I have a favor to ask. If you like the show, please subscribe to Hello Word and leave a review. Your support helps more people discover the podcast, and it gives me the chance to continue creating informative, fun, and educational episodes for all of you. By subscribing, you will never miss an episode, and leaving a review takes only a few minutes, but makes a big difference in getting the word out to fellow English learners. That is all for today, my dear listeners. Thank you for tuning into Hello Word, and stay tuned for more episodes covering English phrases, grammar tips, and real-world usage examples. Until next time, keep exploring the language around you. Do not be afraid to experiment with new words, and have fun while doing so. My name is Alex, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon. Take care and happy learning.